Hello everyone, welcome to UPSS Prep. Today's topic is about India's space policy, that is 2023. Recently, ISRO has released Indian space policy, which receives its positivity in the industry. Another thing again important here is that the need for the suitable legislation with clear rules and regulations. Let us look into the background about India's space technologies. In 1961, the government of India it entrusted the responsibility of space research and for the peaceful use of outer space to the Department of Atomic Energy under the leadership of Dr. Homi Bhabha. Then in 1962, the Department of Atomic Energy it set up Indian National Committee for Space Research, that is INCOSPAR, with Dr. Vikram Sarabhai as the chairman to organize the national space program. And then in 1969, INCOSPAR, it was reconstituted as an advisory body. It comes under the National Science Academy and the Indian Space Research Organization was established. The Government of India, it constituted the Space Commission and established the Department of Space in 1972 and brought ISRO under the Department of Space Management on 1st June 1972. The Department of Space is responsible for the administration of Indian space program and it comes under the Ministry of Science and Technology. The Indian Space Program under the Department of Science, it aims to promote the development and application of space science and technology for the socio-economic benefit of the country. ISRO is among one of the largest government space agencies in the world like NASA, ESA, etc. ISRO superseded INCOSPAR. ISRO is under the administrative control of the Department of Space, the Government of India. India's first satellite, Aryabhata, it was built by ISRO. It was launched by the Soviet Union in 1975. In 1980, the first satellite, Rohini, was to be placed in the orbit by the Indian-made launch vehicle SLV-3. Subsequently, SLV-3 and subsequently ISRO developed the other rockets, that is PSLV, that is Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, for putting satellite into the polar orbit. GSLV, that is Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle, for placing satellites into geostationary orbits. These rockets, they launch numerous communication satellites, Earth observation satellites, and Chandrayaan, the first mission to moon. In 2014, Mars Orbiter mission, ISRO launches MOB, that is a Mars Orbiter mission, and ISRO became the first space agency in the world to achieve this launch in its maiden attempt. There are many types of satellites. The major types are communication satellites and Earth observation satellites, astronomical satellites, navigational satellites, reconnaissance satellites, weather satellites, etc. Indian space program, it is mainly envisioned to use space technology for national development and it focuses mainly on the policy of self-reliance for indigenously development of satellites and launch vehicles. ISRO functions in different arenas including telemedicine, distance education, navigation, geographic information system, that is GIS, and disaster management, weather forecasting, etc. As of now, ISRO launched more than 30 countries' satellites into an orbit. ISRO is capable of launching all the research and commercial projects. The SLV, that is the which was launched in 1983, India's first indigenously built launch vehicle with a 4-stage rocket that could carry a satellite weighing up to 40 kg into low Earth orbit. The PSLV it was in 1993 ISRO launched. This launch vehicle launched many satellites, includes the Chandrayaan 1 and Mangalyaan. In 2001, ISRO launched the Geosynchronous Launch Vehicle, which is designed to launch satellite into a geosynchronous orbit. This launch vehicle, GSLV, it uses an indigenous cryogenic engine and it is capable of launching satellites weighing up to 2,500 kg. This is one of the major attempt. Then Mars Orbiter mission. In 2014, ISRO made the history again, become the first space agency in the world to place the moon, Mangalyaan, in orbit. It's around Mars, which was launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. This is the first India's interplanetary mission. Then the next achievement is RLV. In the recent years, ISRO made significant progress in developing advanced space technologies such as the reusable launch vehicle and the Gaganyaan program, India's first human space flight program. ISRO's critical role in technological and scientific advancement in space exploration has brought India to the forefront of space technology. ISRO has launched suitable satellites into different types of orbits. Their commonly used orbits are geostationary orbits, low Earth orbit orbits, medium Earth orbit, and sun synchronous orbit, highly elliptical orbit. In this, ISRO has launched several Earth observational satellites. That's several Earth observational satellites for many purposes, such as for nature resource management and remote sensing, climate monitoring, and for disaster management. And ISRO has become a significant player in global space industry. ISRO's future plans are ambitious and its aim to establish India as a major player in the space industry. Recently, the Cabinet Committee on Security it approved the India Space Policy, that is a 2023, which seeks to institutionalize the private sector participation in the space sector. With ISRO focuses on research and development of advanced space technology. This policy indicates the roles and responsibilities of ISRO's space sector, that is PSU, that is PSUs or NSIL, New Space India Limited, and the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, in space. The policy allows the private sector to take part in end-to-end space activities that includes building satellites and launch vehicles, data collection and dissemination. The private sector can use ISRO facilities for a small change and is encouraged to invest in creating new infrastructure for the sector. The Indian space sector has been globally recognized for building cost-effective satellites. ISRO holds an exceptional success rate and it continues to advocate peaceful and civilian use of outer space as part of India's commitment to the Geneva Conference on Disarmament. To encourage and nurture space research among young minds, ISRO launched its student outreach program, that is SAMVAT. Student outreach program, SAMVAT. There is a project called Netra. It's a project Netra. It is an early warning system in the space to detect debris and other hazards of Indian satellites. What is the need of the hour? The need of the hour is the suitable legislation with clear rules and regulations and with continuous monitoring system to achieve major feat in this global trust deficit arena.